Have you ever wondered how that simple glass of milk turns into the amazing variety of cheeses we love? From creamy brie to sharp cheddar, it all starts with one magical ingredient: milk. But the journey from liquid to solid is a fascinating story of science, art, and a little bit of patience. Today, we are going to dive deep into the world of cheesemaking and uncover the secrets behind this ancient culinary craft. So grab your favorite cheesy snack, get comfy, and let's explore how milk becomes cheese. It all begins with the star of the show: high-quality milk. This can come from cows, goats, sheep, or even buffalo. The type of milk, what the animal ate, and even the season can all influence the final flavor of the cheese. The first crucial step is pasteurization. The milk is gently heated to a specific temperature, usually around 161 degrees Fahrenheit for 15 seconds. This isn't about boiling it. It is a careful process to eliminate any potentially harmful bacteria while preserving the good stuff that gives cheese its character. Some traditional cheesemakers prefer to use raw and pasteurized milk, believing it results in more complex flavors, but this requires extremely strict hygiene and aging protocols. For most cheeses you find in the store, pasteurization is the standard for safety and consistency. Once the milk is prepped, it's time to start the transformation. We move the warm milk into a large vat and introduce what are called starter cultures. These are carefully selected strains of good bacteria, similar to what you find in yogurt. These little guys have a huge job to do. They get to work consuming the lactose, which is the natural sugar in milk, and converting it into lactic acid. This process is called acidification, or ripening the milk. It not only starts to change the flavor but also creates the perfect acidic environment for the next, most dramatic step in our journey. Think of it as setting the stage for the main event. Now for the magic moment: coagulation. This is where the liquid milk solidifies. To make this happen, we add an enzyme called rennet. Traditionally, rennet came from the stomachs of young ruminant animals, but today, vegetarian and microbial rennets are very common. Rennet acts like a pair of molecular scissors, snipping specific protein chains in the milk, causing them to tangle up and form a solid mass. As the lactic acid from our starter cultures continues to develop, it helps this process along. Slowly but surely, over the next 30 to 60 minutes, the milk transforms from a liquid into a soft, gel-like solid known as the curd. The remaining liquid is called whey. It's that watery stuff you sometimes see on top of your yogurt. After the curd has set to the perfect firmness, it's time for cutting. The cheesemaker uses special tools, often called cheese harps or knives, to slice the single large curd into smaller, uniform pieces. The size of these pieces is incredibly important. For soft cheeses like mozzarella, the curds are cut into larger chunks. For harder cheeses like Parmesan, they're cut into tiny, rice-sized grains. Why? Because cutting the curd releases the whey. Smaller cuts create more surface area, allowing more whey to drain out, resulting in a drier, harder cheese. Larger cuts hold in more moisture, leading to a softer, creamier final product. It's one of the first major decisions that determines the cheese's destiny. Once cut, the curds and whey are often stirred and cooked. Gently heating the vat encourages even more whey to be expelled from the curds. The curds shrink and firm up, a bit like cooking an egg. The temperature and duration of this cooking step are tailored to the specific type of cheese being made. For example, Swiss cheese curds are cooked at a higher temperature than cheddar curds. This step is all about controlling the moisture content, which directly impacts the texture and aging potential of the cheese. After cooking, the whey is drained off, leaving behind a beautiful mat of cheese curds. But don't throw that whey away. It's packed with protein and is used to make other products like ricotta cheese or protein powder. Now we get to a step that's particularly famous for cheddaring. After draining the whey, the slabs of curd are stacked on top of each other, flipped, and re-stacked repeatedly. This process continues to press out more whey and allows the acidity to develop further. This develops that unique, firm, and slightly crumbly texture characteristic of a good cheddar. For other cheeses, this step might be different. For example, Mozzarella curds are stretched and pulled in hot water to create their signature stringy texture. Each cheese has its own unique handling technique at this stage to develop its specific personality. Next up, it's time for salting and pressing. Salt isn't just for flavor. It plays a critical role. It helps to draw out the last bits of whey, acts as a natural preservative by slowing down bacterial growth, and helps to form the rind. Salt can be mixed directly into the curds, or the finished cheese wheel can be soaked in a saltwater brine. After salting, the curds are placed into molds, which give the cheese its final shape: wheels, blocks, logs, you name it. Then, the molds are placed in a press. This squeezes the curds together, removes any remaining whey and air pockets, and forms a dense, solid wheel of cheese. The amount of pressure and the pressing time vary greatly depending on the cheese style. The final, and perhaps most important, stage is aging, or affinage. This is where the cheese truly develops its soul. The fresh, young cheese wheels are moved to special aging rooms or caves with carefully controlled temperature and humidity, over weeks, months, or even years. A whole universe of activity happens inside that cheese. Enzymes from the milk, the starter cultures, and the rennet continue to break down fats and proteins into a huge array of complex flavor and aroma compounds. This is what gives an aged Gouda its caramel notes or a blue cheese its signature tang. The cheesemaker acts as a guardian, regularly turning, brushing, or washing the cheeses to ensure they mature perfectly. And there you have it. From a simple liquid to a complex and delicious solid, the journey of cheese is a testament to the power of transformation. It's a delicate dance of chemistry, biology, and craftsmanship. The next time you enjoy a slice of your favorite cheese, take a moment to appreciate the incredible process it went through to get to your plate. It's so much more than just old milk. It's a piece of culinary history and science, all rolled into one. Thanks for joining me on this cheesy adventure. If you found this interesting, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe, and ring the bell so you don't miss our next video. See you next time.